Thank you for this great question. When it comes to your internal experience, that is what completely dictates how you perceive your external experience. Because in the physical body, there are certain senses from feeling, hearing, seeing, smelling, and tasting. Those senses give you an experience in the external world. However, your internal thoughts, the emotions that arise, as well how you feel from within in the gut instincts and your intuition, all those paired together creates the internal experience. When you feel joy, happiness, or any emotion, it arises from within. Depending on the external experience, you may have a different internal experience. But for sure, how you perceive everything around you from within is going to change how you actually react or respond to those external experiences. Thanks for this great question, and it's awesome that someone asks, because along my sports journey and just my journey of life, I did have times where it was hard for me to really control my own thoughts, for me to take accountability for my own actions, for my mental toughness to be at the level that allowed me to compete with elite athletes in a professional sport. And it was definitely one of my tools that I was lacking in order to take my skills to the next level. So once I became a personal trainer, I reflected and thought to myself, what would I want to be doing with all my experience and knowledge and skills? And it wasn't really the focus of training in the gym that was my biggest passion. It was more talking about mental toughness and how to train your mind so that it works for you, and as well having a much better mental health. And over time of creating content and being an influencer, wisdom reached out to me, and here I am. Thanks for this really deep question. And it took me a while to reflect and dive into how I want to respond to this. But just understand, you are your sole generator for all your outcomes. Who you keep in your network should always be building, should always be expanding. So if you want to create net worth, right? Yes, there's many people who believe your outside circle is a reflection of your net worth. And I have friends that have very little, and I have friends who have millions of dollars. Now, does that mean where that circle extends to is my net worth? What I see it as, the people who have the knowledge, the experience, the tools that I can learn from in my network helps me to generate much better outcomes, because they're sharing so much tools, tips, and techniques that allow me to actually work even more effective and efficient. So you're always your own generator of your outcomes, but your network is key. Thank you for this great question. And the 5 daily practices that helped me really gain and maintain that higher level of emotional maturity and emotional intelligence, for sure. Number 1 is meditation. This practice has allowed me to learn how to reflect and create a stillness in my mind and my overall soul so that I'm more in the present. And I can also objectively see how everything is transpiring in my life. Paired with yoga so that my mind, body, and soul are more in alignment and I'm keeping myself really in the present. I took accountability for all my actions. I learned I choose my fate and I am in control of my emotions. I allowed myself to cry so that I can express emotions honestly and never keep holding on to things that I need to let go of. And I learned I need to smile no matter what, because it's not a weakness to show kindness, to be soft or compassionate, but it just means we have a heart. Thank you for this really good question, Harry. Now, when it comes to fake it till you make it, being antithetical to the inner experience and how that then transpires to your outer experience, you need to understand faking it till you make it deals with trying to trick yourself on the inner experience in order to project or mask a physical experience into reality. Being able to put on a certain type of a persona or an attitude in the physical in order to make yourself believe within that you are more aligned with that ability. Many people will fake confidence in order to trick their mind that they're a confident person. When you're experiencing the inner world, you have to first dive within for you to create it on the external world. So definitely they are different, but one stems to the other. Thank you for this great question, because a true master knows they're always the student. In my opinion, you would understand you mastered something when other people are starting to want to learn from you, when they're asking you to be their mentor or their teacher. You see, mastering some type of skill is an ongoing journey for your whole life. You'll never reach a day that you can walk around and say, I've truly fully mastered it, because a master knows you're always going to be learning. Every single day, there could be something new that reinvigorates your passion or love to dive deeper into that craft, that skill, whatever your passion may be. So I truly believe you've mastered something when others are looking for your guidance and asking you to be their teacher. That is a good indication you're at the level that others see you as the master. Let them tell you you're the master. As always, stay strong, stay consistent, stay healthy, and keep developing yourself. Level up.